The movie opens at the Dongyuri building. Scientist Young Cole calls the police to warn them of an impending terrorist attack, grabbing a syringe and injecting a viral strain into his own body while declaring that he is the sole vaccine, whereas in the same building, Chen Bio holds a conference where biotechnologist Se-jeong was invited by her ex-husband Gung, who hopes to help her secure a job at the company. Though Se-jeong mocks Gung for fussing over his ex despite having a new wife, admitting she only came because she received a personalized invitation containing a cryptic poetic message. On stage, CEO Wuchel presents a slime mold with cell regeneration capabilities that cured a paralyzed rat, spotting Young Cole at the back of the room and freezing briefly before jokingly concluding that science may soon create a society where people cannot harbor bad thoughts. While elsewhere, Yoon-sok has lunch with his wheelchair-bound sister Yeon-hee, and as Yoon-sok's shift starts soon, Yeon-hee decides to explore the mall alone. After the conference, Gung introduces Se-jeong to Wuchel, but their meeting is cut short when Wuchel receives a call from Bong-suk, a member of the counterterrorism squad, causing Wuchel to postpone the meeting and depart upon hearing Young Cole's name, leaving Se-jeong annoyed and prompting Gung to urge her to follow Wuchel and hand him her business card. While in the hallway, Wuchel learns of Young Cole's threat and the impending arrival of the counterterrorism team. Entering the VIP room followed closely by Young Cole in a confrontation, Se-jeong notices. Young Cole accuses Wuchel of hiring him only to steal his research and fire him, yet Wuchel retorts that Young Cole's research is useless anywhere else, so when Young Cole claims he is taking humanity to the next level, Wuchel calls him a psycho, shoves him against the door, and demands he leave, sensing danger as Se-jeong walks away. While Wuchel accuses Young Cole of seeking human extinction, though Young Cole clarifies it is the birth of a new humanity featuring perfect communication and no jealousy, making Wuchel laugh and give a sarcastic double thumbs up while mocking him, but as Wuchel turns to leave, Young Cole plunges a pathogen-filled needle into his neck, so a furious Wuchel thrashes Young Cole, shoves him into a bathroom, barricades the door with a chair, and accidentally steps on the dropped needle on his way out. In the hallway, Wuchel attempts to dial the police but begins vomiting massive amounts of white mucus that leave stringy strands on the carpet, collapsing as his body contorts grotesquely while mutating into a zombie, and though 3 bystanders rush over to help and call emergency services, Wuchel pounces and bites them. While in the lobby, Bong-suk arrives with his squad just as screams echo through the facility, whereupon a zombie approaches, and as officers move to check on him, a horde floods the hallway vomiting white liquid, forcing Bong-suk to order an immediate full lockdown. Inside the restaurant, Se-jeong and Gung eat lunch where she asks why he originally married her, leading Gung to admit he admired her headstrong nature even if he scolded her refusal to compromise, though ultimately he could not keep up and felt cowardly, driving them apart in an uncomfortable confession that makes Se-jeong cut lunch short. While nearby, 2 bullies drag a student named Soyeon into the establishment, forcing her to pay for their expensive sushi. Whereas on the stairwell, Yoon-sok receives radio orders on his way to his post, but heavy static masks the message before intense screaming breaks out, while outside police buses seal off the building and redirect pedestrians. Inside the mall, panicked shoppers flee in horror as zombies swarm the concourse, attacking everyone in sight and causing 2 men to crash into Yeon-hee and throw her from her wheelchair with no one stopping to assist, until Se-jeong hears her cries and rushes to help alongside Gung, lifting Yeon-hee back into her chair to flee the advancing horde, and when a fast zombie knocks Se-jeong down, Yoon-sok arrives just in time to hurl the creature away, which gets distracted by figures on a glowing neon sign and pounds on it endlessly, giving the group time to escape. Zombies block every corridor, forcing the group to take shelter inside a camping gear shop with other survivors. But as zombies pile against the glass walls, a startled Bong-suk steps back and accidentally hits the light switch, causing pitch darkness that makes the zombies instantly freeze after losing visual sight of their prey, after which Bong-suk informs the group about the terrorists' threat while Yeon-hee tries to fix her dead radio. Suddenly the zombies notice people trapped in a neighboring restaurant and swarm that entrance instead. But being unable to break through, one zombie throws her head back and groans, prompting the surrounding horde to mimic the sound in unison and coordinate their movements to batter the glass doors together, so as the glass cracks, Se-jeong types, "Turn off the light," on her phone and holds it up for Soyeon, who quickly hits the restaurant light switches, causing darkness to fall so the zombies drift away, until moments later an electronic billboard inside the restaurant powers on. And being incapable of distinguishing real people from screen images, the zombies return in a frenzy and push against the cracking glass. Wanting to help, Se-jeong spots cardboard standees and designs a distraction using Yeon-hee's electric wheelchair by strapping the standees to the frame and securing the joystick with a hair tie, sending the chair rolling down the hallway so the zombies abandon the restaurant to give chase, allowing Se-jeong to open the store door and call out to the trapped diners, leading Soyeon to cross first and inspire others to follow. though a panicked bully girl turns back, prompting Gung to step out to retrieve her just as the horde destroys the standees and realizes the trick. A returning zombie attacks Gung and the girl, so Gung shoves the girl towards safety and hurls equipment to draw the creature's focus, allowing Se-jeong to pull the girl inside while Gung retreats into a sports shop, repositioning standees before hiding among clothing racks, where the zombie enters and systematically checks standee while meanwhile the main horde surrounding the destroyed chair begins groaning, sharing information through sound, so as the zombie inside the sports store mimics the call, Se-jeong realizes the infected share a hive-mind network that accelerates their evolution. The zombie in the shop shifts from crawling to standing upright, rapidly learning how to hunt, whereupon she locates Gung who attempts to flee, and though the zombie tackles him, Gung breaks free and reaches Se-jeong, only for a second zombie to leap from above and sink its teeth into his neck. When night falls, the building remains under strict military quarantine with news broadcasts confirming an act of bioterrorism involving a hypercontagious pathogen, driving angry crowds to gather outside in protest while dozens of zombies continuously beat against the main entrance glass, whereas inside the shop, Gung's phone rings with a call from his wife Sully, allowing Se-jeong to break the news of Gung's death, leaving Sully devastated. Yeon Sang-ho finds a backpack harness to carry Yeonhee on his back, and when the group asks about rescue, Bong-suk admits no help is coming due to quarantine protocols, revealing instead that young Cole holds the vaccine in his blood, meaning capturing him is their only key to survival, prompting Se-jeong to share what she witnessed in the VIP room, explaining that the zombies evolved through a network connected by white mucus and suggesting they feed them false sensory data, citing the ant mill phenomenon where ants follow pheromones in a fatal endless circle until dying of exhaustion. Se-jeong proposes coating one person in a powerful scent while everyone else masks their odor, leading a former track athlete to volunteer as bait by dousing himself in perfume. So the moment he steps outside, the horde pursues him as he outruns them into a beauty supply shop where he smashes dozens of perfume bottles to scatter conflicting scents, disorienting the zombies and allowing the athlete to return with more bottles so the survivors can create a perfume trail leading out of the store, douse store mannequins in fragrance, and coat their own bodies in antifreeze, enabling them to enter as the zombies follow the scent trail past the disguised survivors without recognizing them. As the group sneaks through the halls, a girl accidentally bumps a zombie and falls, so when Yeon Sang-ho steps back to help, Se-jeong ignites her lighter beneath a ceiling sprinkler, triggering the fire suppression system so the falling water mixes with the ambient white mucus to momentarily paralyze the zombies, allowing Yeon Sang-ho to send the girl ahead while fighting off emerging creatures with his sister strapped to his back, and when a zombie lunges at the girl, Soyeon snags her back with a shirt while Se-jeong strikes the creature with a fire extinguisher. Ushering the group toward an elevator, Yeon Sang-ho fights his way through the remaining horde to reach the elevator, and though two zombies hurl a third through the air, Yeonhee warns her brother in time to dodge, causing the creature to crash inside the elevator and attack Bong-suk, but Yeon Sang-ho and Yeonhee push inside, pitch the zombie out, and slam the doors shut. Meanwhile, news outlets report young Cole's background, revealing his father, a university professor, committed suicide 4 weeks prior after being exposed for embezzling research funds and exploiting students, prompting speculation that the attack is revenge. Upon reaching the third floor, Bong-suk opens the bathroom door to find young Cole standing inside calmly, offering no resistance to arrest. Though young Cole warns them that triggering the sprinklers was a fatal error as evaporating water speeds up the network's airborne transmission, after which Bong-suk announces they must reach the helipad for extraction via a freight elevator known only to staff. As the elevator ascends, Bong-suk messages his squad while young Cole compliments the athlete's speed, using the remark to distract the group while hitting the 9th floor button, allowing zombies to surge inside and kill the athlete, the bully boy, and the restaurant staff, though the survivors fight off the horde while young Cole casually steps out into the hallway, completely unharmed as the zombies ignore him. The remaining group forces the elevator doors shut and ascends to the 30th floor, where they witness a zombie carrying another to mock the siblings, so being unwilling to battle through the top floor, they decide to head to the second basement security hub to monitor the building. Simultaneously, Sully joins a special forces team raiding young Cole's hidden lab, discovering experimental files and freezers packed with frozen test monkeys, until an officer spots a broken container and a mutant monkey leaps out, wrestles him for his weapon, and escapes. Panicking officers who break other containers and free dozens of violent monkeys that scale the ceiling and attack, choking one agent with his own rifle strap until Sully unhooks it to save him, but as agents fall, a monkey cracks Sully's visor before a soldier shoots it dead, causing every remaining monkey to instantly freeze in place. Leading Sully to inspect a lab chart and discover all test subjects were mentally linked to that single alpha monkey labeled Subject 1, in the Dongwari parking garage the survivors spot 3 zombies fused together into a biological structure, mutating further, so they sneak past until the bully girl steps on a soda can, though the group lifts are clear before the creatures notice, allowing them to reach the security control room, lock the space, and check the monitors, where Se-jeong recalls young Cole knowing about the athlete's speed despite being locked in the bathroom. Realizing he shares visual feedback with the horde, the monitors show young Cole on the 3rd floor locating Wutchel, the original host, whereupon young Cole extends his hand, allowing Wutchel to bite him, and as young Cole collapses and mutates, the global horde freezes and groans, receiving updated data, making Bong-suk realize this is their window to capture him while Yeon-hee stays behind in the control room to guide them via security cameras and text messages. The group navigates to the 3rd floor, finding young Cole prone, but as they pick him up, he screams, instantly reawakening the horde, forcing them into a nearby office where Se-jeong notices young Cole's darting eyes, realizing he is relaying visual instructions to the zombies outside, so she blindfolds him and announces loudly that they are leaving, duping young Cole into commanding the horde to clear the exit route, after which Se-jeong warns the group that all future communication must occur silently via group chat. Guided by Yeon-hee's text directions, they reach the 4th floor, where Bong-suk realizes they are circling back toward the control room and mutters aloud that they should abandon Yeon-hee and head straight for the roof, a message young Cole overhears and transmits to the zombies, who use a computer terminal map to target the control room, enraged by which Yoon-sok grabs young Cole, but Bong-suk draws a gun, insisting the vaccine host takes priority over any individual, forcing Yoon-sok to retreat alone while the group moves on. As zombies surround the control room, Se-jeong snatches Bong-suk's gun, demanding they wait for Yoon-sok and Yeon-hee, but a survivor tackles her, causing her to drop the weapon so Bong-suk can reclaim it, strike Se-jeong, and force the remaining survivors toward the upper levels. Yoon-sok calls Yeon-hee for navigational help to reach her, but she tricks him into an elevator with no basement access to protect him, bidding him a tearful farewell as zombies breach the control room and kill her, leaving Yoon-sok to suffer a complete breakdown from grief while nearby young Cole drops to his knees, weeping as he feels her death through the network, after which Yoon-sok texts the group chat, swearing vengeance against young Cole and declaring no one will leave the building alive. Yoon-sok tapes his arms, readies a tactical knife, and slaughters every zombie in his path, reaching an office where he accesses the security terminal, pinpoints the group's location, and broadcasts it over the PA system, leading a zombie to spot the survivors and tackle Bong-suk, who shoots it, causing a survivor to berate Bong-suk's hypocrisy for killing a patient, prompting Bong-suk to shoot the man in the leg as bait. Hearing the horde approach, Bong-suk retreats into a store with young Cole, leaving Se-jeong and the 2 teenage girls to flee, and though Bong-suk waits until the growling fades before stepping out, the evolved zombies have set a silent ambush and swarm Bong-suk, who fights fiercely using his tactical training while the women use the chaos to recapture young Cole and drag him away, after which Bong-suk empties his sidearm into the horde, attracting dozens more with the gunshots until the wounded man he shot grabs his ankle as he turns to run, leaving Bong-suk overwhelmed and killed alongside him out of ammunition. In a storage room, Se-jeong restrains young Cole with heavy tape and texts the girls that she will retrieve Bong-suk's phone to contact military command, but because infected survivors remain in the group chat, young Cole reads the text through their site network, while inside the bully girl breaks down and apologizes to Soyeon for her past cruelty, prompting Soyeon to tell her to focus on surviving. Concurrently, Sully informs military officials that the viral infection is irreversible due to permanent neural damage, but killing the primary host will sever the network and neutralize the horde, allowing military command to access the building's feed and identify Wutchel as the primary infected. Se-jeong retrieves Bong-suk's phone and contacts special forces, who dispatch a dual-phase strike team with one team to secure the vaccine and the second to eliminate Wutchel. However, a nearby zombie hears Se-jeong's call and relays the information to young Cole, who sends a massive horde to intercept the roof entry team, wiping out half the squad through overwhelming numbers. In the storage room, a knock sounds at the door, accompanied by a voice claiming to be the rescue team, leading the girls to open it only to find that the zombies have learned to mimic human speech, allowing the horde to burst in, free young Cole, and force the bully girl to shove Soyeon into a zombie to clear an escape path, though she collides with another creature and collapses, leaving Soyeon to succumb to the virus as young Cole orders her newly turned form to kill the bully girl. The second strike team clears a path through the corridor and eliminates Wutchel, but before they can celebrate, their zombified teammates lead a fresh horde from behind, wiping out the remaining soldiers. In the laundry room, Se-jeong watches young Cole march past with his army, whereupon Yoon-sok appears, carving through zombies that refuse to fight back because his body is so thoroughly drenched in zombie blood and mucus that the network registers him as infected, making young Cole manually order the horde to attack him. As Yeon-sang fights off the swarm, Se-jeong drops heavy storage boxes onto young Cole, wraps a cable around his neck, and anchors it to a steel shelf, causing young Cole to scream through the network and force the horde to abandon Yeon-sang to save their leader, allowing Yeon-sang to slay the remaining creatures and turn his blade on young Cole. Though when Se-jeong tries to stop him to preserve the vaccine, an enraged Yeon-sang begins choking her, stopping only when he hears movement behind him. He turns to find Yeon-hee standing on her feet, fully zombified, prompting Yeon-sang to rush forward to embrace his sister, but Yeon-hee takes his knife and plunges it into his chest, killing him. Young Cole finds Se-jeong and discovers she has thrown his original conference invitation at his feet, leading Se-jeong to realize young Cole was the one who invited her because she was the whistleblower who originally reported his father's corruption, and young Cole had overheard her name on his father's final phone call. Though young Cole tearfully insists his father's death was caused by human miscommunication, the very flaw his hive-mind network eliminates, before Se-jeong can react. A fresh special forces unit bursts into the room, so Se-jeong hides as the soldiers secure young Cole and evacuate him to the roof while leaving her behind, forcing her to retreat to the storage room where zombies surround the door. Sully calls Se-jeong to share her findings from the lab, explaining Subject 1 was not the first infected, but the central controller of the entire hive network, making Se-jeong realize young Cole, not Wutchell, is the true controller, leading her to urge command to execute him immediately, though officials refuse, prioritizing the vaccine. As the escort team reaches the helipad, zombified soldiers attack and slaughter the squad, allowing young Cole to take control of the surviving horde on the roof, who use cables to slide down the building facade directly into the parking lot, after which young Cole uses an agent's phone to call headquarters, pretending the extraction succeeded, before boarding an armored van, unleashing his horde onto the street. Young Cole drives a bus through police barricades, spreading the virus into the city. Back in the storage room, Se-jeong dresses a mannequin in her jacket to draw the zombies away, escaping to the laundry room where she remembers Yeon-sang's camouflage, strips a jacket from a dead zombie, and puts it on, allowing her to pass when a searching zombie scans her, senses the infected scent, and moves past. Sully evacuates with her commander, taking Se-jeong's call where Se-jeong demands young Cole's real-time GPS coordinates, prompting Sully to sneak back to the command tent, acting as a rogue operator to track his vehicle. Se-jeong hotwires a car and pursues young Cole, who dodges her initial ramming attempt and orders zombies to swarm her vehicle, forcing Se-jeong to crash at high speed. So as creatures cover the hood, Se-jeong sheds her zombie jacket and leaps clear, making young Cole order the horde to destroy the garment, but the conflicting scent markers trigger the ant mill phenomenon, causing hundreds of zombies to begin running in a tight, self-destructive circle around the jacket. Young Cole tries to break into the circle to retrieve the jacket, causing the entire horde to collide and collapse, and when they stand up, they revert to primitive, four-legged movement with their collective intelligence completely reset. Se-jeong tackles young Cole, but he overpowers her until Se-jeong uses his momentum against him, rolling beneath a parked bus covered in large face advertisements, where the reset zombies mistake the ad faces for real humans, surge toward the bus, and shove young Cole directly into an open flame. As young Cole thrashes in agony, the entire horde mimics his frantic burning movements, and moments later young Cole dies, causing every zombie across the city to instantly freeze in place. Se-jeong calls Sully, who confirms that infected activity has ceased nationwide, allowing Se-jeong to walk away into the quiet street. Behind her, one of the frozen zombies moves. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video.